Hey, Sally. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Lynn. All right, we got a good Sunday supper here. Give us just a minute. Yeah, I have to tell y'all, like, the most annoying thing to me in the world leading up to the coronavirus might have been corduroy. I can't stand the feel of it. I just can't do it. I've officially changed that to pressure washing. I never even knew this many people. What's up, brother? Durrett. I never even knew this many people owned pressure washers and that it was an all-day process. So we're hoping that this is almost done, and I apologize. They started after we got set up, so we're just going to have to deal with it. So we'll go. But I'm officially over pressure washing. If I never hear another pressure washer again, I will be just fine. All right?
Hey, Sally. Hey, Beth. Hey, Jeff.
All right. 30 seconds, and we're ready to go.
What are we making tonight?
I'm getting ready to explain it.
Oh.
I hope some people got some ingredients. I listed the ingredients, and this is a fantastic one, and it's a healthy one. I don't know about y'all, but during the corona, like, we've been cooking a lot of great things on here, but it's time to get back to some maybe healthier, fun things, because hopefully in the next week or two, we're back to normal life, and need to get back on the healthy train. So we're going to start focusing on some really good things that are a little more Mediterranean, really good. So I listed my ingredients on the Facebook post.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So tonight we are doing, this is a dish that Catherine made recently that she found. It was chicken caprese. And it was
Caprese.
Caprese. It was fantastic. So we're gonna make that tonight. We got the old egg cranking. We're at about 475 degrees. We got the cast iron on. Once again, we're doing everything outside. You can see I have just 4 really nice boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can see that I have trimmed them. That fat that comes on them, that little bit of skin. Take all that off. Nobody wants to eat that. Okay. So we've got our things. Let's get a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon, into our cast iron. All right. I'm gonna roll that around a little bit. It's getting hot. But now what we need to do is we just need to get our chicken breast with a little bit of salt and pepper. We're not putting any oil, anything on these chicken breasts. We've got the oil in our cast iron. Our cast iron's well seasoned, so we don't worry about anything sticking. And this is one of those dishes where we want to do the seasoning on both sides. All right, so a little bit more over the top here. A little salt, a little pepper. We're giving our oil a little bit of time to heat up on the cast iron. I mean, it's the worst sound ever.
Well, I think it's just worse to you.
Maybe it is. All right. So we are going to go ahead now, and we are going to lay our chicken breast.
Hey, Dion.
Down in our skillet.
About how much, is that about 1.5 pounds?
These are probably, this is probably 2 pounds of chicken breast.
Okay.
They're probably anywhere from 6 to 8 ounces each once I trimmed them.
Okay.
So, like I said, four nice chicken breasts seasoned up. Alright? So, Now, let's talk about what we're going to serve with this chicken. This is where I said we're going to go a little bit different. We've been doing this in the past, and we enjoy it. As you can see, we have a little zucchini here. We're going to make our own Zoodles, all right? And to do that, we're going to use our little Zoodle machine. Now look, this isn't any fancy thing that we got at Williams-Sonoma. I think one day I was at Kroger, and they had them in the kitchen aisle for sale for about $9. Now, if you've ever been to Fresh Market or Whole Foods, and you see how much it costs to buy your own Zoodles, pre-Zoodled, it's worth buying one of these for $10. They kind of really overcharge you to do that. So,
Hey, Jimmy.
you can do zucchini, you can do yellow squash. We've got a little zucchini here, so we kind of put it on the teeth, and it's got a little metal piece up at the top. It's got little suction cups on it, all right? But what we want to do is, it's got the blade in there, and we are just going to begin twisting this and making our own Zoodles for very cheap. And you just want to keep that little constant pressure on there.
Uh-oh, there's some about to fall off.
I get it. Slide her back a little bit. There we go. And in about a minute, it just takes a little center core out for you, and you just kind of discard that, and you've got these beautiful Zoodles ready to go. Now, I'd already done another one, just to have that step done. We've got our good old Chester copper pot here. We're going to take these Zoodles, add them in our pot. All right, don't waste any. You don't have to use everything. It's one of the long connected pieces. You know, get all these little trims off of there. All right, and we're good to go. So we've got beautiful Zoodles. So we're basically treating these as a pasta. Okay. So what I want to do is, our chicken is going nice. And what we want to do with our chicken is, we basically just want to get a nice golden brown on each side, okay? So, I've got these Zoodles. I'm going to take a little bit more, about half a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in there. All right. We're going to season these up with a little bit of salt and pepper. All right. And we're just going to place those directly on the egg. We want to let that start sauteing. All right, our chicken's going good. All right, we're going to let this continue to cook. And we're going to talk about how we're going to finish this dish here in a minute. All right, so you can see we have some beautiful cherry tomatoes just split in half. All right, we've got some beautiful buffalo mozzarella, fresh mozzarella. Don't try to use shredded mozz that you get in a bag from a store. You could, but it's such a better dish when you do the fresh mozzarella. Every grocery store has it. You buy that little ball, it's about 8 ounces. Give it a nice slice. We've got some nice little balsamic vinegar, all right? And we have a little fresh basil out of the garden, okay? Now, for our Zoodles, what we're gonna do is, what I like is we're going to saute those, and we have a little sun-dried tomato pesto. It's got a little bit of basil in it too. Most pestos you see are green. They're made with all basil. This one is a sun-dried tomato. It's got a little bit of basil, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, olive oil, salt, pepper. All right? So it'll go really nice with that. And I like the contrast of the green noodles with the red pesto. Okay? So, let's check our chicken here. Ooh, that's what we want. We got that nice little golden color. We're going to give it a flip.
Is it okay to use your same tongs with the noodles with the chicken that you're using with the chicken?
I don't know. Now you're going to put me on blast.
Well, I don't know.
know.
I guess if it's cooked, it just makes me nervous.
About that stuff. Alright, so we're going to give this chicken about 1 more minute. Zoodles we're not worried about. They're going to be quick. We want to get a little color on the second side of this chicken, and then we're going to remove it and we're going to start working on our balsamic tomato sauce. But now would be the perfect time. It's driving me insane. Now would be the perfect time to talk about our Dino for the night. Alright, so we're doing Sunday supper. We're doing a little Italian dish. So we got to have a little bit of a Chianti Classico. Most of y'all are familiar with this, Santa Margherita. You may be more familiar with it for the Pinot Grigio. It's probably the world's most recognizable Pinot Grigio. But they also make this fantastic Chianti Classico Reserva. It is all Sangiovese grape, right? And it is produced in the Chianti Classico zone in Tuscany. And that's when you see this little tab around these Italians like this.
Bring it down just a little bit.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
See these tabs? That means it's classified a true Chianti Classico. Okay? It's grown in the region. It has the stamp on there. It's good to go. So you've got a beautiful Sangiovese. It should go wonderful with the acid of the balsamic vinegar, the little fresh tomatoes. It's just a fantastic grape and a beautiful wine. So where you always see it as a white wine, venture out a little bit and try their Chianti Classico. It's really good.
Yeah, he's saying that the pressure washer is what's killing him. Okay, so Lisa says she's toasting wine to you right now. And
Cheers.
Beth says cheers. She loves all of the Santa Margherita wines.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
This one runs you about $30 a bottle.
Yeah, it's about $30. Alright, so got my little plate here. Alright, and what I want to do now is chicken is going good.
Hang on. Can
Yeah.
you put it on the other plate? Because that's the one that had the raw chicken on it.
No, it's not. That one's good.
Okay, sorry.
I know which plates are which plates.
Well,
Alright, so
Larkin's ready for me to go back to work.
alright, we're going to take this chicken off. It's not done. Okay, Kat.
I know it's not.
done. Okay.
It's not finished yet, folks.
Alright, so now what we want to do is we've got this beautiful juice in there. We've got about, I don't know, a tablespoon and a half of chopped garlic. Gonna add that into our cast iron here. And what we want to do is we want to take this balsamic vinegar.
Hey,
And we're
Pat.
going to do probably a third of a cup. Should be a little strong.
It makes it smell so yummy.
And it'll really deglaze the bottom of that pan. Alright? And what I like to do is you can see it bubbling up.
Liz just made a joke. She said, we're making banners for restaurants. Yours should have said filming in progress.
Yeah, it should have. For our entire
That's
neighborhood.
hysterical.
I mean, look, I don't mean to back. Look, I totally
No, it's been
respect
going on all day.
The idea of keeping your yard clean. There's nothing better than it. But it's just been all day, all the time.
And it's
So,
Sunday. It's a day
yeah.
of rest.
So we took our chicken out. We put our chopped garlic in. We added about a third of a cup of balsamic vinegar. All right. We just want to let that kind of get fragrant, which it has. It'll do that quickly. And now what we want to do is take these beautiful cherry tomatoes and add those down in. That looks awesome.
I chopped those tonight.
Kat did a good job.
Just
chopping
right in
tomatoes.
half.
All right. Zoodles are doing good. You can see we're kind of cooking those up. We just want to lightly
Woo!
saute them. All right. And then this chicken.
That's
I mean,
just
these
2
tomatoes.
zucchinis. Yep.
Yeah, 2 zucchinis. All right. We want to let this really start cooking. All right. And we're going to give it about a minute. And then after about a minute, we're going to take our chicken, 30 seconds, nestle it back down in there. All right. Put a little fresh mozzarella on top and let it start baking. All right. I love the cherry tomatoes and the balsamic.
We're working on a list of more healthy recipes since we have to go back to work soon and have to put on our work clothes. we need to really start watching the waistline. I have a couple of really good ideas for the rest of the week. Like
yeah, we're going to kind of focus on that this week. Good things. Really
Yummy.
more Mediterranean-style dishes this week. All right, so you can see we're just going to nestle. I'm not going to waste any of that juice. We're going to nestle that chicken back in. And what I'd like to do is kind of get a little bit of a tilt and get some of that balsamic over the top of each one of these chicken breasts. So it's not just on the bottom. Move our chicken off. Now, we've got our beautiful thinly sliced fresh mozzarella cheese. We're going to take that and kind of put it over each little chicken breast here.
Don't forget the basil.
Well, I'm going to add the basil at the end. I'm diverting from the recipe. The recipe talks about, and we've done this before, putting the basil in now, but I think it just cooks down and you don't get the color. It doesn't look as good and the strong fragrance of it. So we're gonna do it like this, and we're gonna add a little bit of that at the end. So let's look now. We've got our zoodles sauteing in a little bit of just olive oil, salt and pepper. They look beautiful. All right. And then what we want to do is we're going to take a little bit of this sun-dried tomato basil pesto.
Yum.
We're going to add that in.
I've never tried that before. I'm excited about that because we usually use, so you can use the sun-dried tomato pesto, you can
Just
use
plain
the regular
basil
basil pesto. Ooh, that would be fun. We always use the store-bought, but we could maybe try to make our own homemade pesto.
We can make our own pesto. You know, you just need a good old Cuisinart. You got a lot of basil leaves, Parmesan, pine nuts, olive oil. So you can see the color of this. And as it heats up even more, that oil will release from that pesto. It's going to be wonderful.
Hey, Melissa.
All right, so
Hey, Barbara.
we're going to take a second now. We're going to give all of this a good 90 seconds.
Okay.
So
if you're cooking it inside, because I cooked it inside because I don't know how to use the green egg. When you do this piece, you put the a lid on top of your skillet to make sure that to go ahead and get that mozzarella melting.
yeah, and you use the cast iron on the stove,
I use this cast iron on the stove.
So basically, if you were inside, you know, and probably we should have done this inside. If you were inside, you would just get your cast iron, nice medium-high heat, sear off your chicken breasts, put them to the side. Just follow all the same steps. Just doing it on your stove. And same with the with the zoodles. Just like you were doing a pasta inside. Have a separate little skillet. Get your zoodles ready. Get your olive oil, little garlic, salt, pepper hot. Add the fresh zoodles in there because you don't want the zoodles mushy.
Right.
Like all of our vegetables that we talk about here. You want them to have a little bit of a bite. You don't just want it to be mush. So it's not going to take very long. All right. So what I am going to do is, we do have this really pretty basil here, all right, and we're going to pull that out. We're going to get some leaves off there, because I like to wait. Like I said, the recipe calls for it to be in there now. That just ruins it to me. The basil will lose all its color. It'll get lost. So we're going to strip these leaves off. And we haven't really talked about this. When you go to chop basil, all right, what I like to do is you kind of put all the leaves together and you roll them up, all right, as tight as you can on top of each other. All right, and then what that allows you to do is come in here and make a little chiffonade, what you would call chiffonade, all right, and you've got all these little ribbons of the nice basil ready to be sprinkled on top.
Very nice.
All right, so don't try to cut each leaf or lay them on top and roll them up. All right, we've got our serving platter for the night. I still want to give it like 30 more seconds. Do we have any questions? Or I feel like the pressure washer is just killing us tonight.
It might be, but that's okay. Right now, no questions. You were just explaining it very well.
Okay. Look at that.
Hey, Tracy. Oh, yeah, it's doing great.
All right, 30 seconds. We're gonna plate this thing up.
Do you have any proper maintenance advice on the chop block?
Hot water.
Every once in a while we will have a little oil on it.
Oil on it. All right. I do my best.
Don't
try
put
not
soap
to put
on
any
it.
soap on it. Sometimes you got to a little bit. You cut things and it really gets stuck on there. And we got one of those little scrubbers that we put on there. But I try not to put a ton of oil or stuff on it.
What is the latest on the restaurant?
So the latest on the restaurant is we're excited. I will be back at the restaurant tomorrow at 11:30 to get ready to go. We got a lot of work to do to kind of prep some items. You can begin calling at noon to place your order. The limited menu that we're doing this week is up on all of our social pages. We'll adjust it week to week, have a little fun. And beginning at 4 o'clock, you can start picking up your orders. Pull underneath the portico. Our staff will be there. We'll have all the protective gear in place. We might even have a little bar set up outside, serving a little glass of vino or a cocktail. I'm sure my dad will be sitting outside waving to people. And for every order that's placed also, we're going to drop a little free toasted ravioli card in the bag so that when we're back open, come in, get you another little appetizer. So, looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
We don't know when we can open yet.
Yeah. And even when we do know that, it's going to be so limited. At least probably 50%, hopefully 50%. But we just don't know. But it was time for us to go back to work, and we're ready. So we've got our beautiful little Zoodles there.
They look great.
They look fantastic. And you can still put a little bit of Parmesan on there. Shave a little Parmesan. I said in making a joke earlier, I'm not a nutritionist, but I think we've laughed. If you're a keto person or a low carb, this is all keto low carb, right?
Well, and you could also use like a marinara to go on top of it too.
Yeah.
We've done it with marinara, just so, anything that you would do your noodles with.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take these gorgeous chicken breasts, put that mozzarella on them.
Hey, Audrey.
Ooh, that mozzarella is nice. Oh, look at that.
They finished.
Well, sometimes you think they finish and they're just refilling with gas.
Why are you whispering when you were just staring them down about 5 minutes ago?
All right.
Logan was literally I think he threw a zucchini at him.
I did. I might.
Before we got started, I think he threw a zucchini over at him.
All right, so we've got our gorgeous mozzarella balsamic chicken breast. And now we have this gorgeous mofo. I need my glove.
Hey, it's a children's
I didn't say a bad word.
family channel.
Almost did. Put my glove on. All right. So we've got our gorgeous balsamic tomato sauce. Now what we're going to do is just ladle that sauce over the top of these chicken breasts. The acid, the sweetness of that, it's just wonderful. Alright.
Looks great.
I've made a little mess spinning it out, but I won't certainly present it that way.
Do you want to put the rest of the juice on there or no?
Not right now. I think we got a good amount on there. So now we're going to come in. Because if you had guests over, you wouldn't want to take it to the table looking like that. Alright, give your edge a little white. Now we've got this beautiful basil that we chopped. And
Ellie grew in her yard.
And Ellen grew in her yard. Alright, we're going to sprinkle that nice basil over the top. Alright, and folks, we have a gorgeous chicken caprese, boneless, skinless chicken breast, sauteed, little salt and pepper. Alright, sauteed balsamic cherry tomatoes. Alright, and
lift it back up.
Gas. We've got, instead of pasta tonight, trying to keep it a little Mediterranean, keep it healthy this week. We're going to focus on that. We did Zoodles with a little sun-dried tomato basil pesto.
Yeah.
On top of it, we had our lovely
Santa Margherita
Chianti Classico. So we're going to have a lovely Sunday supper. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out on the social medias. Cooking with Larkin on Instagram and on the YouTube channel. And reminder, we'll be live tomorrow night for the restaurant for a few minutes to have a little fun. So tune in. Thank y'all.
Thank you.